Welcome to this Curator demo. This site is aimed at a data monetization use case, or any use case where you're bringing data and analytics to your external users. The features you'll see here are not limited to any Curator SKU, so you can use this in any use case that you might have. The first feature we're going to show off is our group override capability. And this is the ability to tie the user experience to individual users. So right here we have two users, basic user and pro user. Now these are just generic accounts, right? They could be anything. It could be Joe, it could be Bob, whatever you would want to put here. But it's going to show how things can change based on the login. So we'll start with the basic user here. As we log in, you're going to see a few things change. We're going to be presented with a terms of service page, and this is a feature that you can display to your users on first login or anytime there is a change in your service terms. And you can also add custom fields for signature here. But also I want to call attention that you can see that things like the logo in the top left corner have changed, as well as new menu items have appeared. And so all these are contextual to the user. And Curator does some neat tricks. So anything when you connect to one of the systems that we support, like Tableau, Power BI, and ThoughtSpot, we are going to take into account the security you've already set up. In the top right corner, you can see that we're signed in as the basic user, and if we switch users, you'll see that change as well. But we'll go ahead and accept the terms and move on. So this is the home page. This was built using our page builder feature, which is a no-code way to make any page you want, whether it's a home page, a landing page, an analysis, a blog, and it's really easy to use. If you know how to use Word, or you ever used any sort of web builder like WordPress or Squarespace, you're going to be familiar with these features and how to use it. And as we scroll down, you can see we have a lot of content here, right? We have dynamic displays, we have buttons requesting the user to upgrade, descriptions of what's happening. We also have a selection of content. So for this demo, we've created some fictional levels for our user base: basic, intermediate, pro, things you might see in a SKU. And we're just going to go ahead and click on the basic tier. And right off the bat, we see we have a tutorial feature here. And this is a feature that you can create in our backend using that same kind of easy to use text editor. And you can give instructions to your users about the dashboard and the experience they're about to have. Now, this is not limited to dashboards. You can use this on any page. But a wonderful feature is that you can have it highlight pieces of an image. And so you can take an image of your screen and then guide people through the analysis and how to use the dashboard. So what we have here is a fully loaded dashboard that loaded in the background as the user was going through the tutorial. And this happens to be with Tableau, but we also support ThoughtSpot and Power BI. And all the interaction and everything else you would expect is available. So each of those platforms, you're not losing any kind of functionality, but you could be gaining functionality like this download area that we have for Tableau, where you can control what we expose to the user. For our Tableau users, we also have a feature called Report Builder, which allows you to capture your analysis that you have on screen, including any filters and parameters, so you can kind of change what's going on in the dashboard, capture it again, and then take this and build a presentation. So we can export this into PDF and PowerPoint, we can schedule it and send it to non-licensed users, and just basically be able to build our presentation without being someone who's an expert in Tableau, and being able to share that with the people who need it most. Let's head back to the home screen. So as before, we see the three pieces of content here. We had already looked at basic. Let's click on intermediate, and we can see our user doesn't actually have access to this. And so an option here in Curator is that you can have custom pages when a user tries to access content that they don't have it available to them. And so in this case, we can show them a upgrade form and allow them to get access to this. Now, usually you'd probably make this to be something that goes into a queue, people review, maybe take payment. But in this case, we're going to do some demo magic and automatically upgrade the user. And so now you can see we are a pro user. And again, this is any kind of tier that we can define. We're just defining this as basic and pro for this demo. But you can see in the top left-hand corner, the logo has changed. The welcome page has changed, right? Data Monetization Pro is it showing. And so there is a lot of things here that are new. This uses our user group override functionality that allows you to control all kinds of things about the user experience based on the user group. So right now we can click into the intermediate dashboard. We have access now, and we have additional metrics available to us. And so, this is a way to create kind of new tiers. We can go back out and see some of the additional content we have available. We have some different systems here. So let's click on this executive one. And this is going to show off the ThoughtSpot experience. And so this is coming from a different platform, but you can see that it's a very similar experience. It's coming up, and we can provide that to our users. So one of my favorite things about having access to multiple platforms is you can create best-of-breed experiences by mixing two tools on the same page. So here we have a Tableau dashboard with ThoughtSpot search. And so we can design a dashboard experience to answer the most common questions, but still leave room for users to ask their additional follow-up questions here in search. And so we really leverage each platform for what they're best at. And of course, things like ThoughtSpot search aren't limited to a single data set. So if we go back out here, we can click on this button and go to our ThoughtSpot search experience. And it's going to default to a chosen data set, but we can hit this sources thing and we get access to all the data sources that are available to this user. And so you can really allow users to get the full power of all the data sets you've collected for them. So that's the demo. We've covered Tableau dashboards, ThoughtSpot, the terms of service you can put in front of customers, upgrade forms, which can be any kind of form. And in fact, those are very flexible, and our user group overrides. The thing I want to leave you with is just that Curator gives you complete control over the experience and easy to use, visual tools. You don't need to code or be an expert. And so that allows you to create these customized experiences where you can change things like the left-hand logo based on the user and create white labeled experiences, not just for your brand, but for your customers' brands. And that gives you different ways to monetize the hard work that you're putting into analytics. If you want to get started today with data monetization or reaching your external users, please contact us. We love to hear your vision and talk about how we can help you achieve it.